welcome to my channel. I'm Anna. I run an Etsy shop where I sell stationery including stickers aimed at planners and journals and various other art related items. If you're a stationery addict like me, don't forget to subscribe and welcome to my channel. Hello again. I say again, I'm the only one that knows that I'm making videos at the moment. I recorded a video last week and I still haven't been able to bring myself to edit it and upload it. So at the moment I'm a secret YouTuber that nobody knows about. Today I just fancied making a video, which isn't something I ever thought I would say. I thought I would just make a quick video chatting about what I've been doing, what I am doing today in the office, which in my last video that you don't know about, or maybe you do by now, I did say that I was going to start making casual, just little easygoing videos talking about what it is that I'm doing and just what's going on. So if you haven't watched that one, I've explained it all in that one. Today I haven't actually been focusing on any work. I have been working on some decorations for my son's birthday party next week. He's asked for a robot themed birthday party. He's going to be 6, and I couldn't find any decorations that I wanted, or they were too expensive. And I have my Cricut machine right here, so no excuse not to make my own, really. So I've got some like relatively big robots, but I'm now thinking, I am pretty sure that Cricut has been updated and you can do print and cut up to A3. This is only A4, or the maximum size on an A4. So I need to look into that because I do have an A3 printer and that would have been really good. I could make some much bigger robots. So I'm going to have a look at that later. But for now I've got a few of these kind of A4 size that I'm going to stick around the house. I have some smaller size ones that I have turned into some like robot-y bunting. I have a giant one here that I'm not sure I'll be able to show you, but this is actually a game. This is a giant one. He has a missing control panel that you have to stick on. So it's essentially pin the tail on the donkey, but it's pin the control panel on the robot, and I'm hoping that the kids will enjoy that. Or me and my sister can play it instead. I've printed out just on the Cricut again, just some little control panels that match the size, although they are slightly too small, which is annoying, but they're probably going to get ruined anyway. So you just stick the little control panel on the robot. Got a few of those for all the kids that come in. The other thing that I've been making today is cupcake toppers, because again I couldn't find any that I liked or that weren't too expensive for what is essentially going to get thrown away at the end of the day because it's just going in the cake. And that's just a teeny weeny little robot with his name on it. And I also did some tiny little cogs out of some silver card. I don't know if you can see that that's silver. I was originally going to make those out of fondant. I was going to stamp them out of fondant, but I absolutely hate fondant in every sense of the word. Like, even as a kid, like if you invited me to a kid's birthday party and they had like one of those cakes, you know, the old school like Tesco's cakes with the fondant icing over it in any shape, I would have been a kid that picked all the icing off and just ate the Victoria sponge underneath because I absolutely hate it. But also I hate working with it as well. I've used it before, like I think only twice, because I just absolutely hate it. Like, I have all the respect in the world for anyone that can make all these really cool like fondant decorations, because I don't have the patience for it. Like, my thing is definitely paper. It doesn't melt. It doesn't get too hot while I'm handling it. It's not going to fall over. It's not going to come apart. That would drive me insane. The other thing that I've made is these little stickers. I know you can't really read that because I'm on my selfie camera and it's backwards, but It says robot fuel, and these are going to be stuck on all the drinks cups. I got some like little blue disposable drinks cups. I'm going to stick these on, so they're going to be the robot fuel, because this robot is powered by orange squash, obviously. And then I just have some little colouring pages I'm going to put out in case the kids want to do some colouring. Apparently my cousin's little boy is loving colouring at the moment, so I thought if no one else likes them, they will entertain him. This is actually going to be free to download on my website, which should be up within the next week or so. I'm aiming to have it ready for the 12th of September. Yeah, that is my goal. The design of it is pretty much done, I think. I need to go through it again and just make sure I'm 100% happy about it, because there's a few things that I want to change. And then after that, it's just going to be getting the content on. So now that the website is actually kind of done and looks how I want it to look, I want to get some content on there before I kind of like release it. So I'm going to aim to have like 5 or 6 blogs on there, and then I also want some good freebies on there, so that, you know, when I tell all of you that, well, I say all of you, tell people that I have this site, there's actually stuff on there for you to go get. So there's going to be some free colouring pages. I'm going to do some free phone wallpapers, because I want a Halloween wallpaper for my phone, so I'm going to make one and then share it with you. I thought I would do that every month, actually, release a new, or maybe every season. I could do like a Halloween one and then a Christmas one. I don't know. I might just release them as and when I feel like it, or when I want to change my own phone background. But a monthly one could be fun. Because I was thinking about doing like a newsletter and starting a mailing list as well, but I can't quite figure out how to do it. So I need to have another look at that. Yeah, because then I could send out a monthly newsletter with just, again, like a monthly update, new products that have been released on the store, and then also a link to where you can get this month's phone wallpaper. So yeah, that's going to be available. This is going to be on there. I might list this as both the colouring page and also maybe a cut file. It's not going to be coloured in, because I do want this graphic to use for something commercially at a later date. So it's not available for commercial use, just personal use if you want to print it as a colouring page, or, you know, use it for your child's party in the way that I have. Yeah, I think that's all I've made so far, or all I'm going to make. I made the bunting, cupcake toppers, I've done the game. The rest of it is stuff I've just bought, so I've bought some normal like triangular bunting, balloons, all the normal stuff. I have cut out some of these gears in large. Yeah, if I'd bought 12 by 12 card, which I should have done, I didn't think, I just got A4, these would have been a lot bigger. But never mind, next time. In December, my daughter's asked for a Minecraft party, so I'm going to be back here all over again in a couple of months. No idea what I'm going to do for that. There's going to be a lot of green. But yeah, I was quite surprised actually how easy it was to cut this out, because on my Cricut Explore in the past I had a lot of problems with cutting out anything shiny. Like I used to sell glossy stickers, I don't anymore, but the old Cricuts can't cope with anything reflective in any way. I think it's something to do with the light or the laser inside it, and it reflects back up into the machine and just can't cope with it. It can't read whatever it is that it's, the track marks, these things, although old school they used it all the way around. So yeah, I had to mattify all of these, which back like what, a year ago now, they used to go all the way around, so I used to have to run Scotch tape over all the lines, which is why I don't sell glossy stickers anymore, because they were such a pain. But yeah, if you do want to cut out anything shiny on a Cricut, mattify the lines, good to go. It will cut them out as long as it can read the lines. I didn't come up with that, I read that online, so don't credit me if you try it. What else have I been up to? I'm mostly, like, work-wise, working on my website, trying to get that up. Definitely want that up before Halloween so that I can put all my Halloween freebies on there. Working on Halloween products for the shop still. I have one more to do. I've got the sticker chart on there now. I've got 2 tote bags, and obviously I already have, I think, 3 Halloween sticker kits now. I don't know if you could count the I do count the pumpkin magic kit as a Halloween kit because it was kind of like a cross between Halloween and autumn, because she's like an autumn witch, if that makes sense. So yeah, I have the pumpkin magic kit, the Wendy Witch kit, and the Vampy Violet kit, and they are full kits. They've all been updated as well to match my new branding, and all the full sticker kits have also had an extra sheet added. You can only see it though when you open up the listing, because they're not listed separately. They're only available well, they are available separately, but they're not listed separately. They're only listed within those listings because they're like a very basic sheet. I don't have one on me, but basically I created an extra sheet that matches all the full kits, and they're just really plain boxes and letters and just really basic stickers. I haven't drawn them, they're literally just boxes and some text, but they are all colour coordinated to go with those illustrations. So say if you've got the Wendy Witch kit, you've got a bunch of like lilac boxes to go with the Wendy Witch stickers, which I just thought would be handy, because you don't need to, if you bought the full kit, the super bundle, you've literally got everything. You've got the decorative sheet, you've got the boxes, you've got a functional sheet, you've got washi tape, and then you've got these extra basics as well, kind of like background sheets. And then for some of those kits as well, when I first started selling stickers, I used to sell sidebar stickers, and they used to come individually, like on a really thin strip of paper, but they just became frustrating to make because they were so tiny, and there was a lot of wastage because I could only get 2 out of an A4 sheet back when Cricut's kind of sizing restrictions were a lot smaller. So I've redesigned those so that you get multiple sidebar stickers on a sheet. I think you get 4 full-size ones and 1 smaller one, just because it would cut into my logo, so I made it smaller. And yeah, some of the older kits, the newer ones, don't have them, but I didn't want to just abandon the artwork that I'd done, so I've remade those. I'll see if I can figure out how to put it like here when I edit so you can see what I'm talking about, but they're essentially sidebar stickers that I designed back when I was kind of aiming for my stickers to be used in a happy planner, but I know that's not normally the case now. They're used in all sorts, like I use mine in a notebook. I don't even use a planner. So yeah, this is just a sidebar sticker that's just supposed to go down kind of like the left hand side as opposed to the right hand side, and it's just much longer so you can make notes, lists, that sort of thing, but it matches the kit. And now you get multiple of them instead of just the one. So yeah, all the full kits have been updated. I have just finished doing all of my Christmas products. They have all been updated. They match all the branding. I've gone through, made sure everything's okay. That includes like my Christmas journal. I've updated that now, so it's not dated. I made that last year, and I had all the weekdays on it, which obviously means each year I've got to go through this journal and update the days on it. So I've taken those out and taken the year off of it as well. So now that never needs to be updated again. You could buy one for someone for Christmas and they could use it the following Christmas. It can be used any year. It just goes from December 1st all the way to the 31st of December, but no weekdays. You can date it yourself in whatever way you want to. Oh, that actually brings me on to Amazon KDP, because I am still waiting for the first kind of one of my books that I republished and updated to see if I could get the ranking a bit higher. I'm waiting for Amazon to approve it because you cannot change book titles on KDP without having to archive that book and relist it again, which means you have to go through the whole approval process with Amazon again, which is really frustrating when I just wanted to change the title, try out some new titles and see if it would sell better, but apparently not. You can change the keywords, the description, the content of the book and the cover without having to relist it, but not the book title within the listing, which is very frustrating, but it is what it is. So I'm waiting for Amazon to approve that, and then once I have, if I see that this book does a little bit better, I'm going to go through the rest of them and update them in the exact same way. But at the moment I am updating my 2 Christmas books that I have on there. I have the Christmas journal that I have on Etsy. I also have it on KDP, but that was also 2023's version, so I'm currently updating that to match the one I now have on Etsy. The only difference between the two is that one is handmade and one isn't. The handmade one is more expensive. It's a spiral bound, top bound notebook. It has some nice sparkly embossing on the front, and it is just generally better quality. The one on Amazon is a bit cheaper, and it just comes as a paperback, basically like this, but it is smaller. I believe it's maybe 6x9. I don't know. I need to have a look, but I might change the size. I might make it bigger, I might make it smaller, I don't know. I think that would be too big for a journal, but I could be wrong because I have big handwriting and I love an A4 planner or a notebook. But this is another one actually. This is the first book I trialled on KDP last year, and I didn't know that you could order proofs back then. This year I discovered that you can. And that's why it has this grey line going across. That's not actually part of it. And this is the colouring book that I made, and it's far too thin. So I am going to add some more illustrations to it. It needs an inside cover. It needs a space where you can, you know, write this colouring book belongs to whoever. And just improve it a bit. I am really happy with how the cover came out. The colours are much better than I thought they would be. Because my schoolwork books, the colours are really desaturated, which is a bit strange. I'm not quite sure what I did differently on this one. I need to figure it out. But yeah, I'm going to change the cover a little bit. I'm not sure. I'm not completely happy with this text, but other than that, I love the cover on this. And I am currently making a matching Halloween one. They're going to have 40 illustrations in them each, and they're also going to be available on Etsy. These are obviously going to be the cheaper versions. I think they work out at about £6 on Amazon, and you can get them on Prime as well. And then the versions on Etsy will be probably a lot more expensive, probably around the £10 mark, because they're going to be handmade, but the quality of the paper on the inside is going to be better, and on the outside you will be able to personalise it and put someone's name on it. So the handmade ones are kind of more aimed at a gift, I suppose, or a treat for yourself if you like handmade colouring books. I would say the paper in these is better suited to coloured pencil. It's very rough, it's very thin, whereas the paper that I use in my notebooks is the same as the paper that I used in the colouring book, and it's very good for markers because it's coated and it doesn't bleed, which is why I thought it would be good for a colouring book. And I have used slightly thicker paper in the colouring books as well, because obviously it needs to be able to hold its own. But another thing with this one, because the paper is so thin, yeah, when I was a kid, I hated the fact that if I wanted to colour in, say, that Santa, it meant I had to sacrifice the snowman because my pen would go through it, or, you know, I'd lean on it too hard and, you know, you'd be able to see it on the other side, and yeah, if I wanted to rip it out and put it on my bedroom wall, I had to choose which one I wanted. So with this, I'm going to put illustrations on single-sided paper, and then put a space maybe on the back where you can sign your name or something, but just so that you don't have to choose between the two, because that always annoyed me when I was little. So yeah, that's Amazon KDP. I'm working on the 2 Christmas books and just waiting to see what happens with the children's book. Christmas, all my existing products are up to date, all my Santa letters and all of those things, and now I'm on to new Christmas products. I'm not going to be making a new sticker kit this year. I am going to make some new stickers, but they're going to be more like doodly and maybe some more functional ones for like planning Christmas. And then my goal is to do another kit next year, because at the moment I've been doing a lot of work on my actual shop and getting it kind of in a place where I feel like it's never going to be finished, but up to date with where I am now, and kind of making the branding a lot more consistent, because I want the Etsy shop and my site to match, and I need everything to be a bit more finished before I can start thinking about all the new things that I want to make. But obviously with Christmas coming, I have to make new stuff. It's such a massive opportunity to like miss out on. So I am going to make some new doodly stickers for Christmas, but I do have 3 Christmas kits already. Or was it 4? I think it's 3. I have the first one I ever made, which is very traditional, yeah, very like old school colours, red and green. It was the first Christmas kit I made. That one is called Festive Seasons. The second kit I made was called, I think, Cute Christmas. Yeah, Cute Christmas. And then that one is kind of it's still traditional, but it's a lot more modern than the traditional one. It's got lots of purples, yeah, and it's very twinkly and got lots of like darker colours in it. And then the third one I made is called Jolly Holiday, and that one's my favourite because I love the colour scheme of the red with the kind of bright, almost like cyan. Yeah, and I really like that one. And that was the one that I used the illustrations from that one to actually make the Christmas journal, and a lot of them are in my Christmas colouring book as well. So yeah, there's 3 fully illustrated kits to choose from, and those have all been updated as well. They all have the extra pages. They don't have sidebars though, they just have the extra pages, but they all have washi tape. What else have I been doing? Oh, the new products I'm making for Christmas. I am working on a sticker advent calendar, a colouring in advent calendar, and also something I spotted the other day that I thought was cool, which I have made before, is a Christmas placemat for children that they can colour in while they're kind of like waiting for their dinner, or the grown-ups are still eating, they finish, that sort of thing. I have made one before. I used to sell one that was for weddings for children while they were kind of like bored during speeches, whatever. So I thought I'd add one of those in, either as a digital file that you can just download and print yourself, or I can ship those printed as well. What else was I thinking? Obviously tote bags, Christmas tote bags that you can put gifts in and give to people, but also some personalised tote bags that you can actually make the gift and not that you put gifts in, if that makes sense. I am also adding a massive change to the Etsy shop. Well, it feels massive to me, because I've just added the section on my website and it just says coming soon. But I am going to be offering family portraits, which sounds a lot fancier than it actually is. No, but they'll be like illustrated in my style family portraits. I need to pin down what the process is going to be like in doing that. I have done it for people before, but people in my life, and I've given it as gifts to people, so you know, there's no pressure when it's a gift, is it? You know, they have to like it. So yeah, I need to figure out how it's going to work, how much it's going to cost, what I'll need from you to do it, how long it will take, and yeah, I need to pin down the kind of like definite style that I want to do those in, and figure out how long they will take me to do, so that then I know how to price them. I have asked some people for like pictures so I can do some practicing and kind of figure out if they'll be any good. But hopefully, I'm hoping that's something I'm going to be able to start offering by the end of September, ready for Christmas, because those would be really cool gifts, I think. But also I thought, not only can I print those out and ship them in A3 or A4, but now that I have kind of got a bit more used to the print on demand side of things, those could also be offered on a tote bag if you wanted a family tote bag, which might not be very exciting to some people, but I thought it was cool. Yeah, I can't think of anything else that I've been doing. I've mostly been stressing about this party, to be honest. But that'll be over next weekend, and then I can relax a bit more. So yeah, at the moment the priorities are Halloween, Christmas, finishing the website, kind of waiting on KDP in the background, and then sorting out this kind of commissions option. I don't know why I've never offered it before. I think I just haven't had the time, and these aren't like small jobs to take on. You know, if you've got a big family and you send me this like huge picture, you know, it's going to take me like at least 4 to 5 hours to, you know, draw it, edit it, and you know, get it printed out and shipped. It's not a small thing. And the idea of taking on quite a few of those, if it does well, which I hope it does, I suppose the idea of that was just quite overwhelming. Whereas now I feel like I'm in a better place to deal with that. Both the kids are settled at school. I feel a lot better kind of about my arrangement with their dad. Things like 3 years in, things feel like they're a bit more settled and organised, and I have a lot more space in my head to think about taking on bigger things, I suppose. So I'm excited about that, because I have been actually looking for work for the last year. Not something to replace this with, just something part-time that I can do with it. Because I'm a single parent, I still need 2 incomes, unfortunately, to keep us going. And unfortunately the little shop isn't covering both at the moment. So yeah, I've just been looking for something, you know, nothing large, just 20 to 30 hours a week, something that I can do during the day while the kids are at school, and then I can do this in the evenings and at weekends. But yeah, like if these portraits did well, hopefully it could replace that, potentially. But I don't know, I suppose it depends which happens first, because we need to eat. But yeah, that is another blog I actually want to write at some point, about, I suppose, the other side of shopping small. I mean, I'm sure loads of people have written about it before, but I suppose just my own experience of being the small business, and I suppose what it really means for us when you choose to shop small and not go to another, like, you know, like Amazon. I say that though, but I sell stuff on Amazon. You know what I mean. Yeah, like choosing to support creators, handmade stores, that sort of thing. I had a sale, I think last week, might have been a couple of weeks ago now, It was a big sale, £150, which might not sound like a lot to some people, but that coming through saved me. And that isn't the first time that that's happened. In the last 3 years, while it's just been me and the kids, I've had sales come through sometimes that have literally made the difference between me being able to do a food shop and not being able to do a food shop. And yeah, I know that that's not the same for all small businesses, but literally, like, having these sales come through has saved me on multiple occasions. And so I'm going to write something about that, I think, or maybe I'll make a more in-depth video, I don't know. But I mean, I'm not even sure what else there is to say other than thank you, I suppose. But yeah, it can make a huge difference, you know, even when I've had just like £20 orders come through, and it's meant that I can, you know, I can send out the order and then I can go to the shop and buy some bread and some milk and pay for my water bill. It is massive to us, absolutely massive, like when you spend money in our little shops. But on top of that, it keeps you going, because it's really hard to like work sometimes a 12-14 hour day and know that, you know, you might make nothing from it, and you just have to keep going. But then these sales come through, it's like, oh wow, someone like sacrificed like that much of their hard-earned money for something that I made. Like, they wanted it that much, they exchanged their hard-earned money for my thing. Yeah, it's a big deal, like mentally, emotionally, but also like financially. Yeah. Not quite sure where that conversation came from. I feel like I'm waffling now. But yeah. I suppose thank you for all your orders. Yeah, like literally that big order that I had a couple of weeks ago meant that I could buy my son birthday presents. You never know like what your order is going to do for someone that day, and without that order I don't think I would have been able to get him much. Whereas, I mean, I haven't spent a lot, but I've managed to get him like 5 little presents instead of just 1 little present, which is nice. Yeah, so thank you for your orders, and I will speak to you next time, and fingers crossed I have the courage to edit this video and upload it. I will try. But yeah, I will see you soon.